Typhoon Z, already a dual Group 1 winner, trying to take his earnings over $1 million. It is a fascinating race here. The Challenge Stakes, as it always is, weight for age over 1,000 metres at Group 2 level. Right on start time, Mark Sheehan for the call.
Thank you, Caroline. Only a couple to move in. Fantine now comes up to gate number 4. So half the field in. And we've got joint favourites in the ring at Typhoon Z and Swift Alliance both at $4. Swift Alliance now going to outright favouritism at $3.90. On the tote, they still share favouritism at $4. DorfCommand, who's had some support, firming a 1.5 into $6. She walks in. Striker, who's been on the nose in the ring, $3 out to $5.50. As more money comes for DorfCommand, so she's in 2 points all up. And Typhoon Z is riderless behind the gates. He's drawn the outside alley. Won the Galaxy on this course in the past, so he's a dual Group 1 winner. Obviously suited at the weights. Now Hugh Bowman about to hop back aboard. They're set for the Ascend Sales Challenge Stakes. The Lightning Ridge is playing up. They're right racing. The Lightning Ridge jumped okay. Fantine and Winter King were the best out. Swift Alliance is handy on the inside shortly after the start, and then Typhoon Z, followed by the Lightning Ridge. Striker beaten for speed early on, going back near enough to third last, and then Friday Creek and about 2 to DorfCommand. Fantine the leader as they run to the 600, led by a length and a half on Typhoon Z and Winter King. Then came the Lightning Ridge, is about 4 or 5 off the lead. Swift Alliance back on the inside from Striker, who's being niggered along from Friday Creek. And DorfCommand is still at the rear. Into the straight, Fantine led from Typhoon Z. On the inside is Winter King getting a rails run from the Lightning Ridge and Swift Alliance. And Striker starting to wind up down the centre of the track. It's still Fantine in front. They are closing in, however. Here comes the Lightning Ridge. She's rushed up and DorfCommand's flying from the back. It's the Lightning Ridge in front. DorfCommand over the top late, but won't get there in time. And the Lightning Ridge won it from DorfCommand. It's a photo third. Striker on the outside and Swift Alliance on the inner. And then came Friday Creek, followed by Typhoon Z. Then came at the head of the others. Next we had Fantine, and Winter King knocked up and finished last of all.
Oh, lovely mare she is by Taylor, the cat out of a very good mare, Nanny Maroon to Lightning Ridge for Joe Pride, and Glenn Schofield takes out the Challenge Stakes for 2010. Very speedy mare. Look at DorfCommand down the outside. She has a great turn of foot late. She nearly got there. Striking, I guess disappointing. He was a bit wide, but he wasn't able to come on with the rest of them. We got the photo for third, though. He has managed perhaps to get third, maybe fourth. Swift Alliance in the photo as well. We'll just see as they get over the line. That Striker in the Cerise. Did he get his head down? He might have managed to get into the placings, but well done to Joe Pride training the winner to Lightning Ridge.
And what about that, Caroline? The track record, which has stood since 1975, Zephyr Bay 56.2 has just been smashed. 55.92. Oh, Joey Pride.
This is a machine, this mare. She's unbelievable. She works like the best horse in the stable. She looks like the best horse in the stable, and I had her in the wrong race the other day. I apologise to punters. 1,200 metres. Should never have had her in it, but I wanted to give her a go at it.
Big step up in grade again, though, Joe, but a hot speed, and she travelled like she travelled at Canterbury.
That's right. She's a dynamic of a hot speed. That statistic I gave you earlier, that's her go. You know, races 1,100 and below. We'll probably just keep her fresh for the Galaxy now.
There's no doubt about that. She's pleased you told us at Canterbury and told us before the race at Rosehill. She's really thrived since she's come to the stable, and she seems to be bigger and stronger.
She is, yeah. She's gone to the races today at the same weight she raced at Canterbury. She dropped down a little bit for the 1,200, and I might have made the mistake of just doing a little bit too much with her in between runs too. Kept her fresh for today. She's unbelievable, this mare.
55.92. She's broken 56.
Yeah, it is. You know, that track record has stood since when I was 3 years old. It was made, so that's unbelievable.
It was a great year, 1972, Joe.
It was a good year. Is that your year as well?
That's mine, mate.
Yeah, it's a good year.
I'm a long way behind you in finances, mate, but well done.
Yeah, great, thanks very much.
There he is, the wealthy Joe Pride, the winner of the Group 2 Challenge Stakes, sponsored by Ascend Sales. 55.92. breaks a record of over 34 years it's been held here, and we've got a new track record, 55.92.
Yeah, but it's super, isn't it? The old Zephyr Bay record. Delightning Ridge, she is a superior mare, isn't she? By Tail of the Cat, who is Coolmore stallion, but you've got Nanny Maroon, the dam. She's just been a super race mare herself. She won 4 listed races, Nanny Maroon. She was one of the best of her generation, a very consistent mare, and this mare is exactly the same as well. She's had 16 wins now, 16 starts, 6 wins and 4 minor placings, and the dam Nanny Maroon won the 11 races, including those 4 listed races. So this is a new track record holder. Returning to scale, Delightning Ridge, Glyn Schofield on board, timing that run to perfection. DorfCommand diving late, but this mare able to hold on in the end. Delightning Ridge came in $15 to $10, as we said, on course. Let's see a nice close-up of this mare in action. Glyn Schofield in action as he gets her to the line first, and congratulations for him on that ride to win by around about a neck there. Good day out for Glyn Schofield. Of course, Delightning Ridge taking out the major sprint on the program, the Challenge Stakes. Still waiting for the rest of the times and margins to come through, but Richie, Glyn's about to get to you.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's just dismounting, and what a cracking race the Galaxy's going to be. And all 3 of those place getters will meet again. Dorf Striker, and this mare, Delightning Ridge, 55.92. An outstanding run, breaking the track record that stood here since the 25th of January 1975. 35 years that track record stood, Glyn, and she smashed it.
Oh, she did it quite comfortably, but obviously it was set up for us in front. They went pretty quick, and we were just off the speed, just sort of off the bridle, as you would be in that speed, but she came over the rise, and she was always going to peel off the leaders, and it was just a matter of whether she was going to hold off the fast finisher or not.
Looking at the replay, she looked like she was travelling better at the furlong than she was at the 600.
Well, she wasn't travelling well at the 600 because they went that quick, and then as soon as they sort of dropped off in front of me at the furlong, exactly as you say, she sort of came into her own and took hold of the race and won it well.
It was a big step up for her today, but gee, she's gone through with flying colours.
You got to give credit to the connections. They had the race in mind. They knew where they wanted to go, and it was spot on.
Now, we celebrated the National Jockeys Celebration Day last Saturday at Warwick Farm, and the boys in Melbourne. I can just tell you that I'm going to chat to one of the owners, David O'Keefe, from the O'Keefe family. They're going to donate 10% of this winning cheque to the National Jockeys Trust.
Well, that's fantastic, and it's all to a good cause.
Well done.
Thank you.
Glyn Schofield. Now, I might just have a quick catch-up here with David O'Keefe and the O'Keefe family. They, of course, own this mare, the Lockyer Thoroughbred Syndicate, DLLJLLL, Mrs. G.R. O'Keefe. And David O'Keefe, David, I was just chatting with you, and that's a very kind offer. I just said to Glyn Schofield that 10% to the National Jockeys Trust. Very kind.
Thank you, Richard. Look, the jockeys, they do a fantastic job. None of us would be here today without the jockeys. And a lot of them don't get the rewards that they perhaps deserve, and unfortunately some of them do fall by the wayside, and this is just a small way of, I guess, saying thank you to the industry for us to have experiences and opportunities like this. So I hope it helps those that are in the need.
Most definitely. It's always nice to have a good girl too, and she's awesome.
We hope so. Look, she's, it was interesting how people were very quick to abandon her after last effort, which was it was just an occurrence. She's had a bit of unfortunate occurrences over her, I guess you could say a checkered career, Richard, but Joe's been very confident. She's overcome some injuries through the time when she was with Keith Dryden, who did a great job, and now that she's not having to go through the travelling that she was, I think she's going to be able to really realise her full potential. So let's hope she can kick on from here.
Mate, thanks for your kind offer. Congratulations on the girls. See you in the Galaxy, and well done again today.
Thank you very much, Richard.
Waiters ride a half a neck by 1 3/4, 55.92 and 33.45.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed the breaking of a track record that stood since 1975. This wonderful mare, Lightning Ridge, taking out the Ascend Sales Challenge Stakes for 2010. To make the presentation to the winning connections, would you please make welcome Mario Avellino, the Managing Director of Ascend Sales, to be introduced by AJC Board Member Mr Jim Mathers.
Thanks, Caroline. Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Jockey Club is pleased to once again welcome our corporate partner, Ascend Sales, as sponsor of today's Group 2 Challenge Stakes. Ascend Sales are specialists in awards and trophy supplies and are a supplier to the Australian Jockey Club for many of our feature race trophies. The company also provides a wide range of branded promotional products to companies both large and small. I'd now like to call upon Mr Mario Avellino, Managing Director, Ascend Sales, to present the trophies to the successful connections. Mario.
AJC board members, members of the AJC, ladies and gentlemen, you've just witnessed the 45th running of the Group 2 Ascend Sales Challenge Stakes, the feature race for the sprinters of today's race meeting. The Ascend Sales Challenge Stakes is the first race of a series of feature autumn-spring races that are conducted by the AJC. Ascend Sales and Sponsorship Consultancy is a supplier of quality trophies, promotional products, branded clothing and sponsorship services, and we are now in our 6th year of business. We are proud to be suppliers to many race clubbers, racing bodies, sports clubs, corporates around the country, and we are proud to have the AJC as one of our major clients. We look forward to continuing our relationship with the AJC for many years to come, and recently our latest addition to our client base included the Melbourne Racing Club, which appointed Ascend Sales to produce their trophies for their recent 3-week Carnival of Racing at Caulfield. I would like to particularly mention the following staff at the AJC for their cooperation and assistance in enabling us to produce quality trophies and services to the club here at the track. Colin and Sue in the racing office, Bettina, Kent and Andrea in the marketing, thank you very much for your support. I would like to call forward David O'Keefe to accept the trophy on behalf of the winning connections of the Lightning Ridge and wish them continued success for the carnival.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Lockyer Thoroughbreds, I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here today and to collect the trophy. I would also like to pay special tribute to Joe Pride and his team at Pride Racing for their efforts in getting the horse to the level she has today. This is a horse that's promised a lot, one-time Golden Slipper favourite, who has had some unfortunate injury occurrence and various matters, but Joe seems to have been able to get on top of all that, so thank you, Joe. To Glenn Schofield for his ride today. Congratulations, Glenn. I'd also, of course, like to pay tribute to the sponsors who, throughout their support, racing is able to go to the level that we have it at. And it is supporters and sponsors such as we have here today that enable us to participate in days like this. Thank you again to all concerned.
I'd like to call forward Joseph Pride now to accept the trophy for the training of the Lightning Ridge.
Look, I think it's all been said, but just a quick thank you to the obvious, the AJC, our sponsors, Ascend Sales, and obviously to my owners. A very kind offer to give me a mare like this to train. She's an extremely talented mare and has fitted well into my stable. Thank you to my staff at home, my wife Kylie, my kids, if you're watching. Hello to you, and thank you very much.
And Glenn Schofield, come forward, the winning jockey. He doesn't want to to do this first, so you want to play? Yep.
Okay. Not hearing from Glenn, he's got another obligation, but great to see a horse breaking a track record, and hopefully we get to see Delightning Ridge back during the Autumn Carnival in the Group 1 Galaxy. More group racing coming up very shortly.